Someone is only using you and they are getting benefits from. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says this is a very important message for you today, and you must not ignore it. Your heart has heard echoes, whispers in the night that you tried to silence, but they keep returning, louder each time. There is a sacred silence that has been filling your room lately, not empty, but full of invisible truths trying to reveal themselves. Something is trying to wake you up before it is too late, before the path you're walking leads you deeper into a place that was never made for your spirit to dwell. Someone is only using you, and they are getting benefits from what you continue to offer without knowing the full weight of what they're taking. There is something hidden behind their smile, behind the late messages, behind the empty compliments that once made your heart leap. Look again. They do not speak to you out of love, they speak to you out of need, out of habit, out of comfort. And each time you open your arms, your soul pays the price. You gave them your time, your energy, your light. At first, it felt like a beautiful exchange, a sacred connection. But somewhere along the way, you began to feel drained, confused, unsure. They noticed. And still, they kept taking. Still, they allowed you to break yourself into pieces just so they wouldn't have to lift their own burdens. Every time you wait for their presence to mean more, you are offering your spirit to someone who does not know how to treasure it. Every conversation that ends with you wondering what you did wrong is not because of your fault, but because of their silence, their manipulation, their ability to see your kindness as something they can bend for their own gain. They are not beside you because they want to grow with you. They are beside you because being near your light helps them avoid their own shadows. But your light was not made to be borrowed. It was never meant to be siphoned from by someone who refuses to give back. It was meant to radiate, to heal, to bless those who honor it, and they do not. There is someone you continue to defend, hoping they will change. You say it to yourself in the quiet hours, hoping this will be the time they will finally see you. But their silence is not confusion. Their neglect is not forgetfulness. It is a decision. And they have made it many times. The one who truly sees your soul will not need convincing to treat you well. They will not allow your heart to weep in silence. They will meet you in the middle, not leave you stranded in one-sided loyalty. There were moments where you almost said something. Moments where the truth bubbled up, ready to come out. But something in you held it back, hoping things would improve, hoping you wouldn't scare them away. But love cannot be scared away by truth. Only intentions that were never pure will flee when the light arrives. You have always had the intuition. You felt the shift long before the words arrived. You noticed the pattern, the calls only when it suited them, the sudden distance, the turning of conversations back to themselves, the way your needs became too heavy while theirs were always carried by your shoulders. They knew you would carry it all. And so, they let you. But you are not a vessel to be emptied. You are not a shelter to be used only in storms. You are not someone to be kept in the shadows, only pulled into the light when it suits them. You were never meant to be an option. You are not a backup plan. And the more you let them use you, the more you teach your soul to accept what it was never made for. You prayed for clarity. You asked for a sign. This is the moment the sky finally answers. You are being shown the truth not to break you, but to rebuild you. Because something better is being prepared. Something that honors the sacredness within you. But the space it needs is still occupied by someone who has already shown you what they truly are. Release them. You've been strong long enough in silence. Now your strength must come through action. Through letting go. Through choosing yourself in ways you've always been afraid to. There is nothing selfish about finally choosing peace. There is nothing wrong with closing the door that has only let you down again and again. You don't need another apology. You don't need another excuse. What you need is already inside you. That still voice that keeps urging you to rise, that flicker in your spirit that says enough. It's time to believe it. Because the longer you stay, the more you delay the divine promises waiting on the other side of this lesson. There are things they say to you that feel like kindness. But look closely. Are their words followed by action? Or are they only spoken to pull you back in when they sense you drifting away? They know how to keep you near without ever giving you the love you deserve. It is calculated. It is learned behavior. It is not confusion, it is strategy. And you've been caught in it, not because you are weak, but because your heart has always wanted to believe in the best of people. But not everyone deserves that grace. Not everyone is sent to walk with you forever. Some are only in your life to teach you what not to accept, to show you what your soul must release in order to grow. This person is not your future. They are the weight you must set down before you can soar. The seasons have already changed, even if you haven't stepped out of the old cycle yet. Look at your life. The signs have been growing. The misalignments, the fatigue, the constant questioning of your worth. These are all signals from the divine. You were not meant to beg for love. You were meant to receive it freely, beautifully, in full truth. They are benefiting from your silence. From your loyalty. From the way you excuse their behavior, hoping they'll see your worth one day. But they won't. Not because you aren't worthy, but because they are too broken to value anything beyond their own benefit. You keep hoping they will change, but it's time to ask, what if they don't? What if they never plan to? You are not their healer. You are not their crutch. You are not a home for someone who only visits when their world falls apart. You deserve someone who chooses you every day, not someone who only reaches for you when it's convenient. You deserve a love that restores, not one that depletes. The divine knows your heart, knows how long you've held on, knows how many tears you've hidden, knows how deeply you hoped this would be different. And now, the message has arrived, not to condemn you, but to deliver you. This is not your ending. This is your beginning. But you cannot begin again with hands still holding what was meant to be released. You cannot step into what's sacred while still clinging to what's counterfeit. The illusion must end. The pretending must stop. You must be honest with yourself now, because your future depends on it. They are not confused. They are not lost. They know exactly what they're doing. And they will continue to do it for as long as you let them. It is not love. It is comfort. It is habit. It is need. But it is not love. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. Love will never make you question your worth. Love will never withdraw itself when you need it most. Love will never manipulate your kindness or punish your honesty. Love is not something you earn by sacrificing yourself. Love is given freely, or not at all. And so it ends, not with anger, not with bitterness, but with truth. With clarity. With the kind of peace that only comes when you finally see things as they are, not as you hoped they would be. You are being called out of this space. Called into higher ground. Called into healing. Called into wholeness. But you must leave behind what only ever sought to use your light without ever learning how to honor it. They will feel the loss. They will wonder why you no longer respond the same. Why your silence now holds power. Why your energy is no longer theirs to consume. And perhaps they will even reach again. But you will know better. You will know what your soul had to go through to be free. My child, the quiet stirring you felt in your heart is not a coincidence. The tears that come late at night, the weight that presses on your chest when no one is around, that's not just sadness or confusion, it's revelation beginning to unfold. There are things you were never meant to carry, burdens that were never yours to bear. You have been faithful, kind, giving even when your hands were empty. You gave your time, your love, your energy to someone who never intended to give the same in return. Finally, God is exposing someone is only using you and they are getting benefits from your generosity, your open heart, and your unwavering support. You tried to see the good in them. You excused their silence. You justified their absence. You convinced yourself that what you were doing was love, and perhaps it was, but theirs was not. You poured into someone who had a closed vessel, who accepted all you had without ever thinking to refill what they were taking. You are not wrong for loving. You are not foolish for hoping. But now is the moment when God steps in to pull back the curtain. This is the hour when the masks fall and truth is illuminated. You see, God watched you stay up praying for someone who never even thought to mention your name in their own prayers. God saw how you gave while they took, how you healed while they broke, how you waited while they left you waiting with no intention to return what you gave. There is nothing hidden that will not be revealed, and no false motive that will not come to light. The silence you feel in this season is not absence, it is protection. The distance you are experiencing is not rejection, it is redirection. God is moving things. God is rearranging people. God is shaking the foundation of what you thought was real, not to hurt you, but to heal you in a way that no human relationship could ever reach. It's painful. It feels like loss. But it is actually the beginning of your freedom. The one who has been taking your light was never meant to stand beside you forever. The one who benefited from your pain will not be allowed to follow you into your purpose. God is exposing it now, not to shame them, but to awaken you. Because your time has come. Your destiny is too important. Your heart is too sacred. Your journey is too powerful to be slowed by people who were only ever passing through. Even now, you are protected. Even now, you are surrounded by divine mercy and compassion that no betrayal can erase. You are safe. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you, not because life is always easy, but because God is always present. And when you pray, when you open your heart in truth, the entire kingdom of heaven stands on your side. Every tear you cry is seen. Every moment of confusion is accounted for. Every broken expectation is held tenderly by the one who never fails. The Holy Spirit is whispering even now, confirming what you already felt. That unsettling feeling was not paranoia. That disappointment was not your fault. That distant energy you felt was not in your imagination. God was trying to show you all along, and now it becomes clear. You were not crazy. You were not too much. You were not hard to love. You were simply giving love to someone who saw your kindness as convenience. The benefit they received was never about love. It was about what you could provide. Your prayers. Your time. Your care. Your presence. Your open heart. They drew from it all, and God let them for a season, so that your heart could learn not just about them, but about you. You are worthy of a love that pours back into you. You are worthy of companionship that lifts and never drains. You are worthy of peace, of rest, of joy, of connection that reflects God's own nature. God will be with you. He is already with you. This moment, as strange as it feels, is not a falling apart, it is a sacred unveiling. The next part of your life will require clarity, and so clarity is being given to you now. God is removing the ones who could never match your spirit. Not to punish you, but to protect your journey. And when the silence becomes too loud, just whisper God's name, and the comfort will return. Pray to Him, just as you always have. Not the way you prayed in desperation, trying to fix what wasn't yours to fix, but pray now in surrender. In trust. In truth. He knows your heart. He knows your longing. He knows how hard it is to let go of someone you once prayed to keep. But He also knows what's waiting once you do. There is someone coming who will see you not for what they can gain, but for who you are. They won't use your kindness. They will protect it. They won't drain your spirit. They will nurture it. They won't take you for granted. They will thank God for you daily. But first, this truth must be faced. This current presence in your life, the one who's been quietly taking more than they give, God is showing you that they were never aligned with your future. Their chapter is closing. Gently. Quietly. Firmly. Not with hatred, not with war, but with understanding and peace. God is turning the page. This isn't the end of your joy. It's the start of a life where you're no longer burdened by the weight of being too much for someone who was never enough. You are more than someone's convenience. You are more than a giver in a relationship that gives nothing back. You are more than the background support in someone else's story. You are chosen. You are favored. You are being led, even now, out of this place of confusion and into a place of divine alignment. Do not fear what you see. Do not mourn what is leaving. Pray instead for clarity and for peace. And it will come. Let your heart be still. Let your soul rest. God is not done with you. He is only just beginning. Everything you thought was falling apart is falling into place. Let this be your confirmation. That feeling in your chest, that sudden knowing, that's not anxiety. That's the Spirit awakening your sight. You are not alone. Heaven walks with you. The angels have not left. And while this path may seem uncertain, you will not slip. You will not be destroyed by this. You will be strengthened. You will be made new. The one who used your time, your emotions, your prayers, they will fade into the background as God elevates you. Not out of revenge, but because He loves you too much to leave you tied to what was draining your spirit. You are about to be surprised by the peace that comes when you no longer chase validation from someone who was never sent to love you. You are about to be stunned by how light you feel when you are no longer carrying their expectations. You are about to enter a new phase, where you only give where there is mutual growth, not silent taking. You do not have to confront them. God is doing the confrontation on your behalf. You don't have to demand answers. God is the answer. And when you let go, when you finally release what never filled you, that's when miracles begin. Let your next prayer be simple: God, show me truth. Heal what hurts. and lead me forward. And watch. Everything will change.